Model Making Guru is sponsored by emodels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. emodels.co.uk. Make something awesome. Hey everyone, it's Foxx from Model Making Guru here. Mystery package times! Yes, it's time to open another mystery box that I've received that's not a mystery to me, but it's a mystery to you guys. Today we have a big box. Yes, yes. Right, let's see what's in the big box. I have my crappy old knife, which now we will open. Let's have a look, let's have a look. As always, I know what's in the box. What's in the box? But you don't. And that makes it cool. This arrived this morning after taking ages to get to me. What did this about? I don't know, 4 weeks ago. And let's have a look. Make sure there's no shipping documents in there. Any shipping documents in there I need to know about? Hang on, shh, I'm not letting you see. No. I know what this is. Let me reveal to you the thing in the box. Yeah. Kick ass. The full size Tria. You remember I made the SD one? This is the big version. Right, let me get this out of the box and we'll have a look and see. Okay, it is unleashed. And as you can see, it's kind of a sizable box. It's a master grade size box. And that's because this is a master grade size kit. It's a high grade kit, so it's an HG kit. It's 1/144th scale. But if you stand this next to something like a master grade Sinanju, it's kind of head for head. It's about the same size because the mobile suit in the fiction is massive. So I'm really looking forward to this. I will do a little quick unboxing for you. In the best tradition of unboxings, I don't know why they do this, I'll show you around the box. We have some shots of the finished model painted by a profesh, CGI shot and some line art, which looks kind of cool. On the other side, we have all in Japanese, some lists of the gimmicks and what it can do. Obviously it's showing you can pose all the binders. They have these little multi-jointed arms. You also get the fin funnels. I never know if these are fin funnels or just funnels, because the shape ones, are they funnels or fin funnels? I never quite know what the difference is. That go inside the binders, and all the bits and bobs and showing you where all the joints and things work. It is retail price from Bandai is 4,500 yen, 4,500 yen, which is about $43, $44. It's about, I don't know, 35 to 40 quid. I got this a little bit cheaper. Picked this up from Hobby One in Japan. Bizarrely, they sent it to me and there was no import to pay on this at all, none. There's a good reason for that. They marked it as value $5, basically. 500 yen, $5. So, yeah, that's kind of good for me because I don't get any tax. The postman just delivers it. Downside to that is, why you're thinking, yeah, no import tax. Yeah, if it got lost in the post, I'm screwed because it's declared as £5 worth of model kit. So, yeah, I'd be screwed. So there's an upside and a downside to buying outside of the UK. If you're in the UK, there's an upside and a downside. You may find them cheap, but good luck if it goes missing in the post, because if they've marked it down, you can't claim back the value of the kit. If you spend whatever on it, if you spend £30 on a kit and they marked it as worth a £5, you can claim a £5. There you go. So anyway, let me open the box and show you what's inside. I've been looking forward to this for ages. Look at the size. Apologies for all the crinkles. Look at the size of those binders. They are maffis. They are truly maffis. That's the little grabby arm that goes inside the binder. You remember the size of the one I did on the SD was like that big? Yeah, these are huge. The one thing that sets this kit apart, well, the two things, I think partially because Bandai knew they were probably never going to do a master grade, they've kind of gone a bit further than they would on a normal HG kit. Normally an HG kit you'll get the legs in two halves, not the recent ones, but typically legs in two halves, lots of seam lines, you'll get stickers for colour separation because they'll just do it all in one colour, and it's kind of pap. This though, they've gone the whole, because the whole thing's mostly green, the areas that aren't green, they've been able to do some excellent colour separation. So for example, the thruster areas on the back of the legs, you've got the white cowlings around the intakes on the front of those thrusters, separate parts. You've got the, I never know if these are eye-field generators or particle beam cannon. I'm guessing they're particle beam cannons for the binders and the chest. Separate parts. The white ring goes outside, the yellow bit in the middle. Fantastic. Makes life so much easier. The only stickers you get in the whole kit are these for the collar, for the sleeves, for the cuffs and the chest, white strips for the thrusters that go on the side of the leg, and the pink thing for the mono eye. That's it. So, and we won't be using these because, as with all the sort of these kind of Xeon type sleeve things, all the designs are actually moulded in relief. So I'm going to try a reverse wash on this. I'll have to get some black enamel paint and we'll try a reverse wash and see if I can do it without screwing it up and make it look nice and neat. The other reason to do that is when I've seen the decal on the chest, the sticker placed on the chest, it looks like crap. Like on the SD, it just looks like gash because it's got all these different parts and join lines, so it just looks like pants basically. So some fantastic colour separation on there. I am really egged to build this. We have the inside of the fin of the what do you call them, binders, and as a comparison, that's the base of the foot. Get on camera, dear. That's the base of the foot. Here is the foot from my Buster Gundam. Yeah, that's how big this mobile suit is, and that's why this is a massive box and a really big kit. And if you think about it, for whatever I pay for it, 35 quid or something, it's insane. You're getting something this big, that's bigger than many master grades, and it's 35 quid. You don't get a complex inner frame like on a master grade, but you do get some joints and elbows and knees and things as these sort of grey parts, so you can make it look like there's an inner frame where the inner frame would be visible. It's just lots of pieces in this lovely sort of muted green colour. You can see here the thrusters that go on the side of the leg with the sort of the bottom of the leg there, the bottom just before the foot. It's very, very nicely done. I've seen this built and I've seen it reviewed, and there's only really a handful of seam lines basically on the arms that you need to worry about, so I should be able to get those done and sorted without any problems. On the legs, you have the front armour that covers up the middle part, and these two side parts joined together, and there's a bit in the middle, so there's no seam lines on there. Hopefully there won't be any other seam lines I need to worry about. What else have we got? More green parts and some polycarbs. We've got the tops of the shoulder boxes, all these sort of bits that go on the side. It's a crap unboxing this, isn't it? We have, unusually for an HG, inside parts for the skirt, for the rear skirt. That goes inside the back of the tail skirt. If you look on most HG kits, when you get the skirts, they're just like that. They're kind of just hollow. I meant to paint inside these and I forgot. They're just kind of hollow. You don't get like you would on a master grade. So on this you do, and it's quite, I don't know if you get it on the sides. I can't remember. Oh yes, you do actually. On the sides you get separate white parts, which is awesome. More armor parts. This is the darker green colour for like the chest here, the back of the torso. You got the butt. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're part of the leg. They may be the ankle guards. Oh, everything's falling over. And you also get parts for the arms that hold the binders in place. Top of the leg, that sort of nice shape there with the grooves in it. I'm going to have fun painting those metallics. And yeah, lots of parts, because if I remember rightly, the arms have got like about 2 or 3 joints in them, so they can bend and move all over the place. That's going to be cool. Interestingly, one thing they do is on the skirts here, where you've got the white parts at the bottom of the skirts, where I masked these off on the SD, these are actually separate parts. You have a white piece and a green piece. So those were the skirts, actually. Those things I thought were the ankle guards, they're skirts. So you have a separate white piece. That's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to this because it's like an HG, but you've got colour separation. There are some seam lines here, like where the two halves of the front of the leg go together, but it's made to look like a panel line. They've recessed it, so it looks like a really nice panel line. And there's a seam line going up the middle of the leg, but again, they've made it look like a panel line. I can't thank Bandai enough for that. The only 2 seam lines I think you have to worry about are on the top of the arm here, on either side, and down the side here on the forearm. But other than that, nothing to worry about. Quick look at the destructions. Again, you've got all the sort of posing and gimmick information. Colour guide if you happen to be using Mr. Hobby colours. Like an HG, standard stuff. List of all the sprues. Then the black and white instruction parts. Should be fairly simple. It's not going to be a particularly complicated build. It's not like it's a master grade. Middle colour section. Lovely, lovely. And then the last few bits. There's no sticker or decal call out because there aren't any. Although what I will do most likely is I will actually go through my watercolour. Where did that come from? My water slide stash for little markings and things like that. I might look into some third-party decals for more obvious markings, or I might just fudge it and make things up. We'll see. We'll see. There are water slides available for the big LN 1/100 scale resin Kshatriya. The LN one is the only option you've got if you want to build this in master grade size, 1/100 scale. I'm never going to do that because it's resin, and resin is ass. I'm never going to build a resin kit because resin, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's not fun at all. So you can get this in 1/100 scale from Ellen. It's massive. It's dead expensive. Bandai have said that they have prototyped a 1/100 scale of the Kshatriya more than once, I think. But the issue they always came back to was the weight of the binders and the arms that supported them. They couldn't come up with a solution that wouldn't mean the binders just flopped. Now, I know obviously the Ellen one, they've got round that. And I'm sure Bandai will at some point put out a master grade, possibly, because they're not going to not do it. They're going to make a fortune because they can charge a lot for it. But at the moment, if you want to build a big size Kshatriya, unless you want to buy the SD one, or unless you want to build a resin one and spend a fortune, this is your only option. But it's big, so I'm not worried about that. But that's going to do it. It's only a real quick unboxing video. As to when I'm going to get round to this, yeah. Anyway, the point me saying about the Ellen one, just to handbrake turn there, was you can get decals for that. So I may look at those. Maybe I think you can get them separately. Maybe. I know it's the wrong scale, but they might fit. I can make things fit. If not, I'll just go through my stash. But yes, I'm really looking forward to building this. As to when I will build it, no idea. I've got so much lined up. I've just sent off the last episode of the transit build to eModels, or I'm about to in about an hour and a half when it's finished rendering. So that should be up on their YouTube channel in the next day or so. Once that's done now, that's finished. So the next big project is the Eagle Transporter. I've got to finish this little Buster Gundam first, so I'm going to finish that first over the next few days. Then it's the Eagle Transporter. I may do another quick build before I start the Eagle. I need to just clear my palette before I crack on with that, because once I start the Eagle, it takes up my whole desk and I can't do anything else until that's finished. So I may give it a week or two before I start on earnest on the Eagle. I also need to sort out some lighting for it. Yes, I know, I said lighting. So this is going to be later this year. It's not going to be anytime soon. I've also got the Yamato I need to build, and that poor thing keeps getting pushed back and back, and it's like, I need to build the Yamato, I need to build it. Oh, I need to build the Yamato. Oh, I need to build the Yamato. Yamato, Uru-senkan, Yamato. I need to build that. You may have noticed I get quite excited when I think about the Yamato. So we need to do that at some point. There's all the other kits I need to build. I need to do my Warhammer Valkyrie and all the other things. The problem with me is, as soon as I start building a kit, I want to build something else. I get so sidetracked and excited by other things, and then when I start building that kit, I then want to build something else. It's like, oh, I'm like a kid in a candy store. So yeah, we'll get round to this at some point. I really can't wait. So if you enjoyed watching the SD one, then, you know, if you're a Patreon and you watched it, then you'll look forward to this one. If you're not a Patreon, you didn't get to see the SD one, don't panic. You'll get to see the big brother version. One other thing as well, like I said, the transit video is going up probably tomorrow, I'd say, on Monday with eModels. It'll go up on my channel a week later. However, if you are a Patreon supporter, you'll get to see it the same time it goes live on eModels channel on my channel. You'll get it a week early. You'll get a week sneak peek at that final video. Going forward, I'm going to start releasing all my eModels builds a week in advance for patrons, and then to the rest of the world a week later. I always do my videos a week after eModels them, so it can go on their channel for a while. So patrons will always get that at the same time that eModels do it as well. So you get a little sneak peek for a week. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. If you have any questions, drop me a comment below. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Go do something cool. Go make something cool. Adios amigos.